Assalamu alaikum. This is Btv-Chattogram welcoming you to the English news from Btv-Chattogram. Let's begin with the top stories. Prime Minister directs administration, public representatives and MPs to work with coordination for facing disaster in Chattogram. Life in Chattogram becomes normal as rainwater recedes in most areas of the city. Jamaat Amir calls upon government to come forward to help flood-hit people in Chattogram. Short-term floods affect some districts as water levels of major rivers continue to rise. Politics not just process of enjoying power, rather process of changing people's fate, comments Information and Broadcasting Minister. Call to seek medical advice instead of being panicked as dengue infection increases at beginning of monsoon. Mediators try to be back to diplomacy as US and Iran stop trading strikes after 2 days. Viewers, those were the top stories. Now moving on to the details. Prime Minister's advisor Dr. Mahdi Amin outlined 10 measures directed by the Premier to address the disaster situation in Chattogram region caused by several days of incessant heavy rainfall and flash floods. He said the Prime Minister had taken prompt and effective steps to bring the situation under control and stand beside the affected people during the crisis. Mahdi Amin disclosed the information in a post on his personal Facebook account titled 10 Initiatives Taken by the Prime Minister to Tackle the Disaster in the Chattogram region. The spokesperson said the situation in the disaster-hit areas is being monitored round the clock under the Prime Minister's direct instructions. The Prime Minister has directed BNP leader and activists at all levels to rise above party consideration. Remain active in the field and ensure maximum assistance to the affected people. At the same time, local administrations, public representatives, and members of parliament have been instructed to work in a coordinated manner to assess the damage and expedite rescue and rehabilitation activities. Mahdi Amin expressed optimism, saying, "We believe that through the government's swift decisions, humanitarian efforts, and coordinated initiatives, we will be able to overcome this disaster very soon, inshallah." The Prime Minister stands beside the affected people with deep compassion and responsibility during the crisis, and the People's Government remains committed to serving humanity at all times, he added. The people of Chattogram are facing the devastating effects of monsoon after a long time, as heavy rains for 5 consecutive days have brought public life to a standstill. This was the highest rainfall record in 43 years. This has caused waterlogging in many areas of the metropolitan city, adversely affecting public life. Although the rainfall has decreased, its traces are still visible in the low-lying areas of the city, due to which the common people are still suffering. Meanwhile, public life is returning to normal as rainwater has receded in most areas of the city. However, low-lying areas in Bashkhali, Chandunaish, Shatkania, and Lohagaru upazilas of the district have been flooded due to the mountain torrents coming down from upstream. The administration is continuing to provide relief assistance to the flood-affected people in these areas. Chattogram City Mayor Dr. Shahadat Hussain has said that floodwater has warmed from about 80% of the city, but some low-lying areas of the city have remained inundated. All-out measurements have been taken to ensure quick disposal of floodwater from the city. The mayor said that this after inspecting different flood-affected areas in the city today. Member of Parliament Ershadullah was present at the time. During the visit, the mayor distributed relief items and said that efforts are underway to identify areas where water drainage is low in collaboration with the local community. No affected household will be left unsupported, he added. Amir of Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami and leader of the opposition in parliament, Dr. Shafiqur Rahman, has visited the flood-affected areas of Bashkhali Upazila and Chattogram today. During the visit, he distributed food items and cash money among the flood-affected residents in the Gunagari Kashmahal area of Kalipur Union in the Upazila and talked with the flood-affected local people. After distributing relief and food items, Jamaat Amir Dr. Shafiqur Rahman told journalists that the people of Bashkhali have suffered extensive damage due to continuous heavy rainfall. He called upon the government to come forward with the highest priority to assist the people in the flood-affected areas. At that time, Assistant Secretary General of Jamaat-e-Islami Maulana Muhammad Shahjahan, members of Parliament Muhammad Zuhurul Islam and Shahjahan Chaudhry, along with various levels of Jamaat leaders, were present. Water levels in the country's major rivers continue to rise, creating short-term flood situations in various districts. The Flood Forecasting and Warning Center of the Water Development Board has reported that the water levels of major rivers in the northern, northeastern, and southeastern parts of the country are flowing above the danger level. In particular, the rapid rise in the water level of the Tista River has flooded low-lying riverside areas in Nilphamari, Lalmonirhat, and Gaibandha districts. The situation has arisen due to hill torrents flowing down from upstream and heavy rainfall within the country, and it may continue over the next few days. According to today's information from the Flood Forecasting and Warning Center, over the next 24 to 72 hours, short-term flood conditions may spread further in low-lying riverside areas of some parts of the northeastern districts of Sylhet, Sunamganj, Maulvi Bazar, Hubiganj, Netrokona, Sherpur, and Mymensingh. During the same period, flood situations may also emerge in low-lying riverside areas of some parts of the southeastern hill basin districts of Banderbon, Cox's Bazar, Feni, Chattogram, and Kagachori. In addition, the Flood Forecasting and Warning Center has stated that low-lying riverside areas in the coastal districts of Lokhipur and Noakhali are also likely to be temporarily flooded. Information and Broadcasting Minister Zohiruddin Shapun has said that politics is not merely a process of enjoying power, but a process of changing the fate of the people. The minister said this in his speech as chief guest today at the closing ceremony of the month-long tree plantation program organized by the Ziaur Rahman Foundation at Borshal University, marking the 45th martyrdom anniversary of martyred President Ziaur Rahman. The Information and Broadcasting Minister said that alongside the government, the service-oriented activities of social organizations must continue. Afterward, the Information and Broadcasting Minister planted a tree on the university campus. Responding to journalists' questions after the discussion meeting, the Information and Broadcasting Minister said that the Prime Minister during his visit to Borshal would discuss the development of the southern region with the local public representatives. The number of dengue patients is rising again across the country as the monsoon season continues. New patients are being admitted to hospitals every day, including in Dhaka and other parts of the country. Hospitals in the capital and adjacent areas are treating many patients suffering from different dengue-related complications. Doctors said children and older people are more likely to develop severe symptoms. They urged everyone to remain careful. Health experts said people should not panic if they are attacked with a fever. They advised anyone with symptoms to see a doctor without delay. Doctors also emphasized that dengue prevention depends on both public awareness and coordinated action. They recommended cleaning homes and surrounding areas at least once a week. People should also make sure no water remains stagnant for more than 3 days, use mosquito nets, and take other steps to prevent mosquito bites. Public health experts said dengue can be controlled through joint efforts by local government, city corporations, and the public. They also warned the risk of dengue becomes higher during the monsoon season. Even a mild fever should not be ignored. Early testing and prompt treatment can help prevent serious complications, they added. Now, international news. The guns fall silent in the Middle East after 2 days of deadly strikes between the United States and Iran as mediating nations attempt to get diplomacy back on track. A U.S. official tells Al Jazeera that Washington remains committed to negotiations with Tehran and technical talks continue. Shipping in the Strait of Hormuz has plunged during the renewed fighting, dealing a new blow to energy markets already reeling from the biggest supply disruption in history. Palestinians in Gaza turn out in numbers to pay their respects to an aid worker who set up World Cup screenings and was killed in an Israeli airstrike. At least 28 people have been killed in a fire at a shoe factory in southeastern China, according to state media. The fire broke out about noon on Thursday in the city of Xinjiang in Fujian province. A local media named the site as the Hutheng Shoes Factory in the village of Jiangtou. Firefighters were trying to reach those trapped inside while President Xi Jinping warned of significant casualties. The cause of the accident should be identified as soon as people and possible, and those responsible must be strictly held accountable, Xi said. The state agency Xizhuang reported a preliminary death toll of 28. There were 237 factories workers and 2 visitors in the building when the fire broke out. Authorities pulled out 213 people, 2 of whom were pronounced dead after being taken to hospital. Another 26 missing people were later confirmed dead, according to the state broadcaster CCTV. The fast-moving wildfire in Spain's southern Andalusia region has killed at least 12 people. Regional officials reported on Friday that the blaze was the deadliest recorded in the region, noting that several more people remained unaccounted for. Authorities have not pinpointed the cause of the fire, which occurred as the country ensures soaring temperatures. The blaze broke out on Thursday afternoon near the N340 highway in the municipality of Los Geroldos in Almeria province. Strong winds quickly fanned the flames into the neighboring municipality of Bidar. Emergency services discovered several of the victims trapped inside vehicles as they attempted to flee a rural hamlet, local authorities reported.